Hi, my name is Steve Jackson, and this is Who is Steve Jackson podcast. I've been living in many countries in the world, and for quite a few years now I've been living here in Finland. And as a foreigner in Finland, it's kind of tricky because Finns speak reasonably good English, and so you could easily live your life in English. But unfortunately, the same person you would be speaking to at a cafe or bar one evening in English would not speak to you in English if you went for a job interview. Big problem. Fortunately for me, I do speak Finnish, so that's not a massive issue. But I know for many people who arrive in Finland, the Finnish language is quite difficult, and it takes, I would say, between about 5 years to really get it together. And the language is quite complicated, but nevertheless, now, what choices do you have? One obviously main choice is to find a job in English. There is a sticking point with that because you end up in these Anglophile jobs where English teacher or a cleaner where language isn't needed. There is jobs around, but or collecting glasses in a pub. But on the whole, they're not good jobs when it comes to the crunch of it. So your other option is to learn Finnish, which is a long-term process, which should be a process you should be doing all the time. But then the final option is to start your own business. That is slightly easier. If you're offering a service or product or something, people are more likely to have a conversation with you. So this podcast is about an introduction to how to start a business in Finland on a budget. Because I do get it. Life in Finland for a foreigner can be tough. But like I said, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm not saying you should be just running the business. I personally think in Finland you need to be multifaceted. You need to be maybe working, running a business and learning Finnish at the same time. Probably if you get yourself into a small job somewhere where language is needed, at least on a daily basis, your Finnish will come along quite nicely. Finnish language courses are good as well. But like I said, the light at the end of the tunnel is starting your own business in Finland. Now, I'm not going to say that it's easy to run a business in Finland because it is not. However, as I've already mentioned, English skills are handy. If you don't speak English, you're going to find it super tough. Or Swedish. Again, even Swedish, you're still going to find it tough. The English element means that you have the option of building a global business as well, maybe on your computer. But the other reason, which I kind of try to explain to people, even though if anyone's been to Finland, when they're here for a while, they think they see the high standard of living here and stuff like that. But the reality is that the average wages, the average salaries, more so for foreigners, is very low, while the taxes are very high. And then paradoxically, the lifestyle is very good. Now, in the beginning, it's all well and good for many foreigners. They're kind of quite happy with the situation. They have a great lifestyle. Summer times are beautiful, even though the winters are very cold. And even though they're not earning much money, However, over time, we start to ask ourselves, like I did, is there something more to life in Finland? I mean, personally, I wanted more money. I wanted to experience more. I wanted to travel more. I wanted just a normal life, which you can't do if you're just sitting on social security money. So, how starting a business in Finland as a foreigner can change everything for you? Well, I decided to start doing a business in Finland, and why did I do it? Well, my story started when I arrived in Helsinki with my wife Anya. Now I've told you the story in some other podcasts, but this is just an abbreviation of it. We arrived pretty much penniless, and with our daughter under our arms. It was a time when I was passionate about starting anything, and I can remember doing my first job in Finland as a youth worker. I have to say I enjoyed the experience, but even then I knew that this was just a transition into something else. When you're looking to do a business or something where you have a higher aspirations to yourself, it requires things like short-term goals, like getting a job, paying the bills. These are important. Since then, I've been a passionate advocate of running a home-based business, which I think is the easiest and the most affordable option any foreigner's got. I've begun to understand that it could be the solution to creating a global business online from anywhere in the world, and in this case Finland. More importantly, as a foreigner, I understood that it was not that easy to get a business loan. Say, for example, a traditional business was going to be tough. And there's enough kebab shops and these sort of industries out there I just had no interest in. To make it clear, it is possible to get a loan, but in my mind I'd already decided that I could reduce my outgoings, which would improve my income if I wasn't doing a traditional business. So I went for the online method because it seemed more practical to me, and it gave me the flexibility to live in Finland or not, because I didn't want to see myself being forced to stay in Finland if I didn't wish to. Let's just quickly look at in regards to Finland and comparing the business models between traditional and home-based models. Even before I go through the list of reasons why running an online business from home is the best choice for foreigners in Finland, let's look at the failure rates of any business, all businesses. Believe it or not, it's about 80 to 90%. Now that tells me something, and it told me something then, which a home-based business you can start very cheaply. But at the same time, if things go bums up and you lose everything, you don't lose much. Traditional business, you could be losing tens of thousands, and you will need to pay it back somewhere. So that's the main reason I thought the online method was a lot better, because the investment was going to be reasonably small. Everyone's already got a laptop generally, everyone's already got a mobile phone, and everyone's got a kitchen table, so you basically got an office already sorted out for you. So running through a tick list for me was running a business, things you should know before you start running any business, including a traditional one. But even so, with an online one, is that running a business is really hard. I mean, get it wrong, it's really hard, but worth it. It is really hard to be successful in any type of business. Most businesses fail within 6 months. To own a successful business will take time, money, and a lot of work. Now, not as much money as you would pay for a traditional business, but it will still cost you something. Success is a mindset. This is probably the most important bit, as well as a skill set. And these things you may not have. You may have the mindset, but you may not have the skill set. So you're going to be going through a learning curve. You need to learn stuff. But this is normal in any new job, new career, anything. If you do get success in your business, or even make a profit, it will take a few years. But if you are doing a few part-time jobs and you're working from home and you're learning Finnish, then in 2 years will go quite quickly, and you'll be that extra money in the pocket will be very important. Now, this has shown me this is just basically showing you the reality of a startup business in Finland. So, if you want to know more and see and understand, or even get in touch with me about starting a home-based business, click on the link below and get back to me. Anyway, this is Steve Jackson, who is Steve Jackson. Nice to speak to everyone. Let's get back together soon. Steve Jackson out. Bye.